Hey, what's up, guys? Combat Critic here. In this video, I want to talk about these photos and the video that came out of Jake Gyllenhaal supposedly weighing in for a UFC pay per view. And as you can see here, it's written UFC 222 and Harris versus Dalton. Here also, you can see UFC 222. Same thing, Harris versus Dalton. So, what the heck is going on? This actually happened after the weigh-ins of John Jones versus Cyril Gane, which is about to take place in a few hours at UFC 285. So why are they putting it as UFC 222? So actually, this is a shooting of a movie. So Jake Gyllenhaal is appearing in a movie along with Conor McGregor, and the movie is called Fury Road Remake. So it's the remake of the old Fury Road. It all started when Conor McGregor came in the veins of UFC 285, Jones versus Ngannou, and he announced that he talked with the fans and shook hands with John Jones. So here you can see he's shaking hands with John Jones. Then he invited Jake to come on the stage, and they removed the poster from here and put UFC 222 right here. So apparently in the movie they are talking about UFC 222, which is Harris versus Dalton. So these are not UFC guys. This is just for a movie. This is just a shooting of a movie, and you can see here Jake Gyllenhaal is squaring off against this guy. So supposedly he is the opponent of Jake Gyllenhaal, and from what we are able to understand, this fight is for the championship belt, because after Jake Gyllenhaal does a stare down with this guy, he says to John Anik, just give me the belt already. So this fight is likely for the belt. And here I have a old photo of Jake Gyllenhaal. This is from the movie Southpaw, where he was a boxer. You can see here he has very low percentages body fat. I'll say around 5%. Compared to this is the recent photos. Here you can see he's looking great, and visible abs and obliques, very crisp and clear. But he's not as ripped as he was in Southpaw. So keep in mind, Southpaw came in 2015 and this is 2023. Jake Gyllenhaal as of today is 42 years old, so he has gotten older, and it's commendable for a 42-year-old to look like this and have all this visible six pack and obliques. Is he natural? I don't think so. I think he's on something, because this is not for a actual fight. So USADA really doesn't test these actors. So a 42-year-old looking like this is likely on something, but still it's great to see and was kind of refreshing for me as a fan. I've never seen a shooting of a UFC stare down weigh-ins after the actual stare down and weigh-ins for UFC 285. So this was a pretty interesting thing. Now this is the poster of the movie. So it says Roadhouse, Gyllenhaal, Conor McGregor. Here we have Conor McGregor looking mean, and Jake Gyllenhaal again looking mean. They obviously retouched the image. I can't wait to see this movie because it has Conor McGregor. I think all the UFC fans who are hardcore or even casuals will want to see it, and Jake Gyllenhaal has looked good in the movie Southpaw in the past. This is also, I think, on similar lines. So let's see how this movie plays out. It says here coming soon. So the release date, I don't know whether it has been announced or not. Now just in case, here we see it says UFC 222, UFC 222 right here, and 222 right here, 222 right here, and it says Harris versus Dalton. So I'm assuming one of these guys is Harris, one of these guys other is Dalton. But if you are actually wondering what was UFC 222, so this was UFC 222, which was Chris Cyborg versus Kunitskaya and Edgar versus Ortega. So I remember watching this fight. It was a clear dominant win for Cyborg, but she was not able to finish Kunitskaya. So she won a clear unanimous decision over Kunitskaya, and Kunitskaya, props to Kunitskaya. She survived the onslaught of Cyborg, and a lot of people after watching this main event congratulated Kunitskaya just for surviving Chris Cyborg. So back in this time, I think Chris Cyborg was the number one pound for pound female fighter on the UFC. I really wanted to see a rematch between her and Amanda Nunes, but Dana White apparently didn't like Cyborg, so they just wanted to cut her from the roster. Otherwise, I would likely be picking Cyborg in a rematch against Amanda Nunes, because I think she was bigger, and in the first fight I just think she made some mistakes, got very egoistical and did not back down when she should have backed down. But anyway, so this is the actual UFC 222 poster. No, it's not Harris versus Dalton or anything like that. It was Cyborg versus Kunitskaya. That's it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.